How you feeling?
Feel good, man. Able to recover a bit back out there, take it day by day, so feeling great.
What were kind of the limitations? What were kind of the symptoms? Was it tough kind of recovering?
Nah, it was just a headache. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, so it was good. It was just a lot of letting it calm down, letting my brain kind of recover, and then early on I was able to get back in the weight room, kind of get my body back sweating, all that stuff. So kind of just a slow process of getting back to where I'm at.
And being out there today, how did that feel?
Feel good, man. Glad to be able to be on the field with the guys, man. I missed it on Sunday. Every day being able to be on the field, so it's great to be back.
Not sure what's up with Luke, but how important is it for you to get back ahead of this Giants game?
Obviously I'm excited to be back, but we have great depth. I trust in my guys, whoever we put out there, left tackle to do the job, no matter who's out there.
How do you guys kind of move past the Hail Mary like that? Like just that kind of finish has such a buzz, and now it's like, all right, on to the next.
Yeah, I was in my apartment on Sunday screwing my head off at 9 p.m. So that stuff, you got a great high. But DQ hit on Monday, yesterday or 2 days ago that, those moments are good, but you have the next opponent to look forward to and prepare to. So, live that moment, celebrate it with the guys, but know, we're only halfway through the season. Make sure to prepare for every game, take it as the next.
How hard was it? It's obviously hard to miss a game, but then to not be there for that kind of moment, watching everybody go nuts.
Yeah, obviously, atmospheres like that are rare and not be there. Kind of sad about it, but I was happy for the guys, man. Celebrating with them, let them know that I was proud of them. So it was great to see it.
Did you have any neighbors knocking on the door until you keep it down or anything?
Nah, I might have a letter in the mailbox. Let some words loose I probably shouldn't have, but yeah, probably gonna get some in the mail.
What kind of win like that do? Like that type of finish, that emotional high. How can that kind of build the confidence and momentum going forward here?
Yeah, I think wins and wins like that kind of just deepen the brotherhood, the connection we have. Everybody's out there battling. It was a grimy win that they had. Back and forth. But it just shows, that we had confidence in each other, confidence in JD, the O-line. Defense was out there working their butt off, and the stuff like that just brings it closer together leading up to the next games.
It's real fun, just enjoying the wins, enjoying the teammates, enjoying the brotherhood, just enjoying the locker room too. Just what we built from the summer, man. Everybody leaning on each other. It's very fun, we can just relate to each other. And I think it just winning those type of games is only gonna make us closer for sure.
To that point, you're coming off such an emotional high, such a dramatic win. How do you almost, in a sense, hit the reset button to kind of refocus, and you got a big game on Sunday?
For sure, you got to stay humble. You got to trust the process. Be where your feet are. Just don't get too high, don't get too low. That game over now, so we gotta focus on the Giants. And keep pushing for sure.
When you see a rookie play like Johnny did the other night, what does that show you about his ability now and kind of going forward?
Oh, most definitely. I just think, what he did on Sunday night, it just show you what it just goes back to the coaching that we have, man. You just got to lean on the coaching. Him playing well like that, I think it kind of sparked a fuse in the whole D-line, just because just seeing him do that, I think it just motivate everybody else in the room for sure.
I mean, this team seems night and day different from week 2 against the Giants. How do you guys change your approach going to see this team again?
Really just take the coaching well. Just take the coaching from practice to the field. Just bring it all out there on Sunday night. Trust the process, execute the play calls that Coach Wick called, and I think we'll be just fine.
You mentioned Johnny and just the whole D-line. How's the chemistry? Because obviously no J.A. Somebody has to fill in. You have to kind of redevelop that chemistry. How's that going?
Oh, it's going good, man. I just think, losing J.A., that was a big hurt for us. But, I think a lot of guys in the room, especially like myself and Johnny, we took that as just got to step up, because the team need us, what I'm saying, with J.A. going down. And I'm pretty sure, Jay love to see us stepping up for him for sure.
What's been the difference in this defense? You guys have progressively gotten better since the start of the season. Is there something you can point to? What's the reason for that?
Can you say that again?
How you guys have improved so drastically as a defense from week 1? Like, what is it? Is it communication? Is it chemistry? I mean, got a bunch of new
Most
starters.
definitely, man. It's just the little things, like the whole defense. We went bowling last Thursday. Things like that, man. That bring us together. Just building that team bond. Building that brotherhood, I think those are the little things that really matter, and it also plays a big role on the field. Just communicating, trusting each other, and that was making us better for sure.
Who's the best bowler?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, we got a lot of talent, but I gotta give it to my boy B-Rob for sure. B-Rob, even though he on offense, but B-Rob bowl pretty good.
Like how good? Like 150?
I say about 130, somewhere in there. B-Rock.
What is your baseline for good bowling? 100?
It's just, I don't know, the ones that can do the tricks, you know, like spin the ball and all that shit, man. Like that shit really crazy. I can't do that shit. But
What do you just throw it straight?
yeah, I just hung mine. You know what I'm saying? I just hung that bit.
How many of them are in the gutter versus hitting?
I be throwing strikes, bro, for sure. Like I be really throwing them strikes out there. Like you got to come out there and watch, bro. If you want it, you can get it, bro, for sure.
We're going to have to edit this for TV, but this is my favorite segment of the day.
So
How difficult, after the way that ended, how difficult to reset after a game like that? Or is it difficult?
Not difficult at all. Just another week. You know, obviously it was a crazy win. You know, that don't happen every week, not even every year. But, you know, we just got to keep doing what we do to win games. And, you know, it's a new week. So it was just time for us to reset. And I think that's what we did.
Division game coming up. What are these games like? Because it seems like no matter the record, just throw them out the window. It seems like division games are always so close.
I mean, obviously it's a little bit more personal than most, only because, you know, these are the games that count in the end. So, you know, we got to win them. We got to win them all, and we just are super critical on our details to just make sure we can get it done, honestly.
Hey, Brian, much different team this Commanders team is when you faced the Giants the first time around. Just talk about how this team has grown.
We played them week 2. You know, it's week 9. You know, we've grown 8 weeks. We've won a lot of games since. You know, we've faced some adversity in the mix too. So I feel like this team has grown a lot. You know, it should look different. You know, but we still know who they are. You know, we're just gonna continue to do what we do.
How critical for guys like you who can run, can catch, but they lead the league in sacks, so they're obviously going to come after your rookie. How do you protect him?
You know, we got everything in our arsenal, you know, to protect him and just protect up front. And, you know, we just got to stick to what we do best. And as long as we do what we do, we won't have to worry about what they do. You know, that's kind of been, you know, just our focal point. And, you know, we're just going to continue to prepare that way.
Last time you played them, you guys were able to win without
Stay here.
touchdown. Does that kind of give you confidence that this week, you know, getting the end zone a couple times and you should have this thing?
I mean, that was a crazy win. We kicked a lot of field goals to win that game, but obviously we want to, you know, end those drives and touchdowns. So we're going to be super critical on that, you know, this upcoming game, just making sure that we finish those drives in the end zone, you know, instead of having to take 3 every single time.
Knowing you a bit, do you wish you got more cracks at it down near the red zone?
Always. I'm never not gonna say yeah to that. Like, never gonna turn down opportunities. So, you know, just however it plays out, you know, just, you know, help the team win. You know, I'm with it.
I wanted to congratulate you also. Mathis says you're the best bowler on the team.
Oh, I mean, he knows something. So, I mean, I just had a little disagreement with some guys that was just thinking they can do something. Now I got to show them, you know.
Are there more challengers?
They say they can bowl, so we're going to see.
How important is it to have, yeah.
What's your average score?
150, 160, you know.
How important is it to have that kind of stuff when a team is coming together and growing? To have bowling or hoops or whatever?
I think it's important to have anything, you know, just, you know, get guys to connect, you know, just hang out outside of, you know, being in the locker room or being on the field, you know, just, you know, guys get to know each other a lot better that way. And I feel like guys been doing a great job of that. So, you know, just a great way to connect.
Who's the worst bowler?
Probably Cleveland. I just told him, like, the way he walked, like, I could tell he can't bowl, so shit, I just told him.
Recalibrating and just getting focused and locked in.
When it comes to messaging after a big win like that, do you rely on the coaches, or is it maybe guys in the locker room, veterans, kind of saying, hey, we got a good team here, let's not worry about the past and kind of focus on what's ahead?
Yeah, I think it comes from all around, right? I think it just comes from the attitude and demeanor walking in, right? I don't know if there's always something that needs to be said, but more just how it's approached and how it's kind of taken by every person in this locker room and every coach.
Stay here when they bail.
Who can kind of catch the balls he can catch, and what does it do for the rest of the receivers and everybody to have somebody like Terry?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, he does everything at such a high level that defenses got to look out for him. And we have a great receiver room where we have multiple weapons where it puts a lot of stress, and it makes it tough for D coordinators to figure out where they want to attack us.
Luke, the last time you played the Giants, you guys were able to win the game without scoring a touchdown. Does that give you guys maybe some confidence this week that if you can just get in the end zone once or twice, you should have an upper edge here?
Yeah, I think just trusting the process is what'll build confidence, right? Just trusting our routine, trusting our preparation, knowing that we're going to go out there and put all of our effort and energy into it and hone in and focus on the details from that matter of just trying to focus and be rather detailed.
For you and Jay, this is the first team that you know they're going to play for a second time.
Yeah.
How do you guys approach that matchup, and especially knowing the toughness that comes with an NFC East matchup?
Yeah, you know, it's nice because you know the personnels. It's not nice because, you know, they know your personnels. And so just from that standpoint, again, it comes down to the process and enjoying what you're doing every day and just finding a way to be intentional and focus and work hard throughout the week in preparation.
When you made that catch, against the Bears, did you hear the crowd going, Luke?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Have you gotten used to that?
I don't think so yet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's something that's pretty special.
Is there a moment where you're like, am I getting booed?
No. Oh my God,
Luke, dude, what did he do?
Thanks, dude.
Man, we just try to get together as much as possible. Just talk about the calls, man. Just try to make up signals that we can use on the field, and just get guys the communication more efficient.
NFC East game, you experienced them last year. What are the differences between a division game and just kind of any other game?
It's a division game, but I feel like the guys, I feel like.
Is there a difference in physicality and that type of?
Nah, I feel like we always play physical, so I mean we just gonna do what we go out and do every week.
It was a great feeling, restore confidence. Just felt like my old self, how I played in college. You just take it up, bottle it, just remember it. But we got a new opponent this upcoming week, so just got to prepare for the opponent the same way I did last week.
When you say you felt like your old self, what is that feeling? Like what did you notice difference on the field?
More explosive, more violent with my hands, better play recognition. Just everything started to slow down for me again.
Johnny, it sounds like some good news. The NFL credited you with the sack. As I got
Finally.
Yeah. Dude, how did they ever think that wasn't a sack?
Honestly, I couldn't even think of an explanation for it. I mean, he was dropped back like he was about to throw the ball, so I'm just happy they gave it to me at the end of the day, but I honestly don't know how it wasn't a sack.
Me either. How good does it feel just to be healthy and playing like yourself?
It feels good. I've been through a long journey past, I don't even know, since January, just trying to recover, get both of my feet back right. But now that I'm playing at a high level like I played this past week, it feels really good.
How is it playing with Teron next to him and figuring out, each other, what you're doing and that partnership?
He a vet, so I'm really just rubbing off him, seeing how he does things. I communicate with him a lot because, of course, I'm a rookie. Him and John play a lot of football together, so I'm really just trying to get to that level, and it starts with communication, just me asking him a lot of questions on and off the field, just trying to figure out his play style and how he likes to do things.
Johnny, does that mean a lot to get that first sack under your belt, especially on the field? I'm sure you think that's it. You find out it's not, and then it's correct. I mean, does that mean a lot to you to get the first one?
Yeah, it definitely does. A lot of people. I mean, if you play defense, definitely defensive line, you want that first sack, or it's like a DB, you want that first interception. Quarterback, you want that first touchdown out of the way. It's just like a big stress reliever, and once you get out of the way, you just start rolling.
Johnny, this team is coming off such an emotional high, dramatic win. What's the challenge of trying to hit that reset button, refocusing for a big game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, every week we're trying to go 1-0, We celebrated that game, but it's a 24-hour rule. Celebrate the win for 24 hours and on to the next. We embrace. Happy that it happened the way it happened. We know we could have played better, but like I said, 24 hours on to the next.
Johnny, thinking about where you were in week 2, where this team was in week 2, how different do things feel right now when you're getting ready as a team to play the Giants for the second time?
Yeah, for sure. We know that's a great football team. no matter the record they have, we know like the players they have are dominant players. Offensively, I know they got great receivers, a great quarterback, a solid offensive line there. So it's like we can't take them lightly. We know as a team ourselves that we're I won't say way better, but like we're very much better than we were week 2. The brotherhood we have here is just unmatched, and you can see it, you can feel it, and if you watch, you can watch it.
Can I just have one quick follow-up from before? Mathis told us about a bowling outing last week. Were you part of that? He said it was a bunch of guys going.
Was I?
How'd you do?
I'm the best bowler we got.
He said it was B-Rock.
B-Rock. I know he ain't say that.
What'd you roll?
I think I rolled a respectful 139, but I won. So
You won the night or for like the D?
I won for like my alley. We had like 3 different lanes, and I won my lane. So respectfully, that 139 did what it needed to do. For sure.
It's going to be a play that's going to be replayed for the next however many years, and however many years after that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's going to be a play that's in the history of football now. So, we're not going to stop seeing it for a while. So, but I think just we've done a great job of being able to, shift focus to, our next opponent, because now we're in divisional play. So, we have the Giants on the schedule. What happened last week is in the past. We're focused on the New York Giants now.
DQ mentioned during his press conference today how impressed he's been from you going from the slot to the outside. What's that transition been like for you?
It's been I think my coaches have helped, make it a very smooth transition. Just being able to help me understand formations, understand concepts, knowing what spots on the field I'm at to help me eliminate what type of routes I'll be getting. They're definitely a huge part of the success I've been able to have outside.
As a group, secondary as a whole, Neighbors puts pressure on everybody on that back end. What can you learn from that first game to kind of bring it to Sunday?
I think it's not even just that first game, but just every game in general, knowing what type of, plays hurt us in the past. Because, as the league is a copycat league, coaches are going to look at what teams didn't have success on and try to attack those same things. Might be a little bit different. So just being able to understand what hurt us in the past and to just clean up those mistakes.
Your level of physicality for a DB is almost unmatched. Has that always been in you, or is that something a coach has challenged you to along the way? How did you get to that level of being such a physical player?
That's just the game we play. You have to be physical. It doesn't matter if you're a DB, a receiver. I've just always had a physical mindset. That's how I prefer to play the game of football.
And what do your teammates say when you show up and run support, or you show up taking on lead blockers, positions that DBs don't always thrive in?
I say here that's one of the standards of our DB room is, we're going to show up in the run game. We're going to play with physicality. We're going to get off of blocks in space. We're going to make perimeter tackles. So that's just the way we live here. That's what we talk about. So that's what we want to do.
To JP's point, you play such a physical style. How's the body holding up, 8 weeks through the season?
I've my personal experience with my body, my body feels great. I've been doing the necessary things to take care of my body. And Coach Q does a great job of allowing us to have time to recover. He takes care of us with, the practice scheduling and stuff. So big shout out to him for allowing us to be able to come back after games like this and be able to get everything back because, he wants us to pour it out on Sundays. When we get back during the week, he takes care of us to make sure that we can, give it a full go the next upcoming game.
In some an emotional high, dramatic win.
Mm-hmm.
What's the challenge of trying to hit the reset button in a sense?
Yeah, definitely a big challenge. Really, but a good opportunity for us to learn how to, have some great games, some great moments, and then reset it the next week. Hopefully, that's something we're dealing with down the road. Win a playoff game, great, real high about it, and then got 7 days to turn around and win another. So, will be a good experience for us.
You got the Giants on Sunday, a team you already played this year. What can you take from that first meeting, learn from it, bring it to this game on Sunday?
Obviously, first time around, moved the ball well, couldn't finish in the red zone, something we struggled with last week as well. So, good challenge for us to, finish with 6 at the end of drives. Obviously, Dexter's an incredible player, so something definitely we got to focus on the inside. But, awesome opportunity to get to play a guy like that, generational talent. So really, get a chance to test ourselves.
Is that a motivator? They're really good at getting after the passer this year. 5 sacks week 2, and they played you the first time. Is that a motivating factor in the O-line room?
Absolutely. you always want to keep Jaden clean. That's obviously the goal every time you go into the week. But when you have a D-line like this with Dexter, Burns, a couple of the guys they got, yeah, you take that on yourself. It's a challenge to protect the quarterback every week. When you have talented guys like that, it's even bigger challenge. So definitely take pride in that.
You mentioned the red zone troubles, I guess. Is there a specific fix to that you guys try to work on during the week, or is it execution on Sundays?
It's execution on Sundays. Honestly, you go back and look at the Giants game and then this past weekend, a lot of us shooting ourselves in the foot. Sam gets called for a downfield. I get called for a downfield. Damn, threw him first. Crazy of me. I got called for the downfield. Then Sam also did. Two big plays that, we got called back, something that are easy fixes. Ertz had the catch, had the ball for a couple seconds and ended up, you stick with the call on the field. So a tough one there. So really execution, not shooting ourselves in the foot, taking care of, the pre-snap stuff. But yeah, really excited for this week to, go put a good game together.
The Ertz one, I think if they had called it a touchdown, it would have withheld challenge also.
Yeah, and I think that's just one of those things that, when it's a 50-50, whatever they call on the field, they usually stick with, and I'm a fan of that. There's no reason to overturn a controversial play like that.
With the illegal man downfield stuff, how much more difficult has that gotten for linemen in RPO-based schemes, and then with the way they're calling it so frequently?
It's tough. It's one of those things when the RPO first became, popular, O-line was getting away with murder. We'd be 3-4 yards downfield. Defensive coordinators yelling about it, but wasn't really getting called. So now it's just something you have to be more conscious of, changing up the techniques, landmarks. But again, not a super complicated fix. Something we work on, and I think we'll be good with it.
I'm trying to think back. Is this your first season as a full-time starter in the NFL?
Yeah, you started a majority of the
I'm good either way, but
first time starting week one and on.
What is this? How enjoyable is this for you to kind of be the starter from week one and be an impact guy for the line?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a goal that I've had my entire life, my entire career. Was able to accomplish a lot in Kansas City, but I wanted to, be the guy starting day one and have a chance to go play an entire season, put a good year together. So, really happy with that. Definitely a personal goal of mine.
Great.
Thank you guys.